Hello, I'm Sorf and this is Sorf Plays. In today's game, we'll be looking at Last Epoch, an ARPG from 11th Hour Games. I've played this before in early access, but this is now the full release. In the developer's own words, uncover the past, reforge the future, ascend into one of 15 mastery classes and explore dangerous dungeons, hunt epic loot, craft legendary weapons, and wield the power of over 100 transformative skill trees. Last Epoch has been developed by a team of passionate action RPG enthusiasts. Before we start, I'm gonna be adding in this type of game to this Sorf Plays series now and then as a separate video from the normal weekend release. What I mean by this is that the weekend videos will stick with the format of playing for an hour to an hour and a half, whereas this type of entry that I do every now and again will be a smaller time video with a little bit of footage from the game in the background which I've played, but this will be more of a, because I've played these games for longer, it'll be more of a review than it will be an initial experience and thoughts. So the review score on these I will give out of 10. So with all that said, let's go. Let's talk about the gameplay first. So the gameplay in Last Epoch is very, very smooth and intuitive. It feels good, gives you that dopamine hit. The abilities look good and feel really impactful. The skill trees, I love the skill trees. There's a passive skill tree, there's an ability skill tree, and they're all really good. And you can literally, and it's not too overcomplicated like Path of Exile, but it's not really simple like a 2-year-old can do it like Diablo 4. The game will also be having seasons like in Diablo 4, but they're known here as cycles. We're currently in the first cycle. I've not seen the end game yet. I can only give you I've played it for about 30 hours on different characters, but I've not seen end game yet. I've literally just been absolutely having a blast just doing the leveling up content so far, but I do believe that the end game is actually quite good, and it's only going to get better. The story's quite good. It's not on Diablo 4 level, obviously you'd expect from a AAA studio, and the Diablo 4 story is good. The campaign as you go through it's the only thing I enjoyed about that game. I'm not going to say anything about the story anything else about the story, because I don't want to give any spoilers. The crafting system is really good. It's got a really good crafting system where you can add in different affixes to it's called the Forge. You add in different affixes with the materials that you collect throughout leveling up. That's also really, really good, although I still have further to go into it. Bank space is unlimited. You just keep buying tabs and you can just have as much bank space as you want. It's so cool. It's got a top-notch loot filter system. It's that good, it's too complicated for me. I do believe that you can download other people's loot filters, especially you look at the content creators who play this game a lot. Let's move on to the graphics. The graphics are good. They do lag behind Diablo 4, but they still hold up really well by themselves in this game. And I do like the graphics. Again, not as good as Diablo 4, but still really good. The UI, I like the UI. The UI feels very old school in places, but it feels like it belongs. I don't really know how to explain that any better than that, but you see for yourself. It's really cool. Voice acting is also good. Not the best here, but it's still good. And the sound effects are impactful, and they do give quite a lot of immersion too. Moving on to the bad things, honestly, don't really have any issues with the game. And although graphically it does lag behind Diablo 4 like we've already touched on, it stands itself up really well. I think the only negative thing I can say about the game is the poor launch on full release. If you're one of those people that have played it at launch, I haven't really touched it yet since launch. I just want to wait till it all calms down a little bit. So that is a bit disappointing, but having said that, if AAA studios can't get launches right most of the time, how can we expect indie devs to not run into troubles? It's still annoying, but I understand, and I'm not stressing about it. Overall thoughts: it's had a rough time since its 1.0 release, with the server and general game issues due to the sheer number of people playing it, which apparently the devs didn't expect. That said, I have loved this game throughout the early access, and the full release when it was announced was music to my ears. A great game. Go buy it honestly for 30 quid compared to 60 for Diablo 4. It ain't even close. Finally, as a casual player of these types of games, the developers have been really careful to accommodate people like myself who play casually, without making the game anything less for the more hardcore players. So, for me personally, score out of 10 on this is an easy 9. If it wasn't for the bad launch, I would have given it a 10. But maybe I haven't seen Endgame either yet myself, so I'll hold off on giving it that last score. Right. Okay, so very short video. I just wanted to tell you guys in between my more regular videos that come out on the weekends about this game. You should go get it. If any of you want to play it, particularly you guys in the community, just give me a shout. And yeah, that's it. Right, see you on the weekend for the next one. We'll be streaming Friday, Last Epoch on Friday. Just to let you know before I go, on our Twitch channel. Stay safe, have fun. Ciao.